Hey everyone, it's Amali Cabral from Common Sense Inc. You can find us at www.cslawinfo.us. It's www.cslawinfo.us. And I promise to come back and go a little bit more into what do you do when you get stopped in a traffic stop and you're carrying your right to travel ID that you obtained from Common Sense Inc. Well, the first thing you do is you don't panic. And this is part of what we label as the three C's. Now, the three C's are calm, confidence, and calculated. Again, the three C's are calm, confidence, and calculated. So let's say you're driving along, you're listening to your music, you're feeling real good, the vibrations are high, it's a nice, breezy, warm summer night, and you're just loving life. And then all of a sudden you see those lights flashing in your rearview mirror, and your vibration start to come down, and it's normal. So you pull over slowly. The policy enforcer gets out of his car. It might be a highwayman, either or. Get out of the car, come up. First thing you do, you make sure you have your paperwork ready, even before you allow the policy enforcer, the highwayman, to get up to the driver's side door. So you get your paperwork ready. Second is you don't have to roll down your window. Never, never, never roll down your entire window or open your car door. You're doing the same thing as if the authorities or the officers come to our houses without a warrant, and we just open the front door when they say, "Can we come in and ask you a few questions?" As soon as you open that door, you're giving them authority. So you don't want to open up your car door because your car door is the same property as your home. And you don't want to roll down your window all the way because there's no need to. Tickets can pass through about 2 inches, or probably less than that, 2 inches of space. So all you have to really roll down your window is 2 to 4 inches, just so you can hear the policy enforcer or highway person talking, or to just grab the paperwork that they're going to give you. Don't ever give them your paperwork. You don't have to. A lot of people give their license to them and insurance card. All you don't have to do that. That's what they carry notepads for. They're writing down names and numbers. That's basically what they need. Then they take that back and they run it through the NCIC, the National Crime Information Center, which is linked to the local judge's personal number, which you're going to find out when you start using your right to travel ID from Common Sense Inc. that you can find when you go to www.cslawinfo.com, that they're going to ask the judge, it doesn't matter what time at night, because they need to obtain warrants at all different times at night. They're going to ask the judge, no matter what time at night, if it's lawful according to the Constitution for somebody to travel without a license. And the judge will tell them yes. If the judge is following the Constitution, the judge will have to say yes. And there's numerous videos on YouTube that could prove it. Okay, so you could just Google that. So you want to stay calm, because knowing this now, you want to stay calm. There's really no reason to be uptight about it. And even if you are getting emotional, you understand you're dealing with people that are very fearful. From watching lots of documentaries and videos and knowing a few cops myself, or ex-cops, uh, these people, their basis of being able to kill somebody is based on fear, and that is today legal. So all they have to do is feel threatened by you, and they have a legal right to kill you. In their mind, that's how they train. So the last thing you want to do is provoke them, especially if you're not carrying, open carrying, or carrying anything to defend yourself. And plus, when you're sitting down in the car, you're more vulnerable. It's like shooting a fish in a barrel. So anyway, so you stay calm. The cop comes over to the window. They say license and registration. And you calmly say, "Here's my right to travel." Now, you don't have to say anything. That's your Fifth Amendment. You don't have to say anything. Because technically, you could incriminate yourself without knowing it. So unless you really are clear, which comes into the calculation part of the plan of action you're taking here, I would advise not saying anything. Just pass the right to travel ID through the window. When the cop starts saying, "Well, where's your insurance registration?" You just point to the you point to the right to travel. Point through your window. Don't point in his face. Just point through your drive side window to the paper you gave him. If the cop keeps persisting and persisting and persisting and threatening and persisting, and now you're starting to get nervous, and you're starting to feel unbalanced, then you could explain it's a right to travel. It's not a license. And according to the Constitution, because you'll have the case law that we send you, the page and a half of different cases that prove that it's constitutionally okay or it's lawful to travel in your automobile without a license. It's not a criminal act. Okay? So you're breaking no laws. Instead of arguing, if you're acting calm, which will show intelligence, the officer will walk back to his vehicle. You'll sit there calmly. Okay? But you could do actually whatever you want to do at this point now because you still haven't given him any authority. Okay, it's like opening your front door with the chain on or talking through the door panel without opening your front door. Okay? The officer's back there calling the judge. Now it could go either way. And this is where risk comes in because you're doing nothing wrong at this point. This is what you have to remember. Sometimes, even when we do stuff that's right, we have to sometimes suffer or pay for it. As harsh as that may seem, we're living in an unjust country right now. We just have to be honest. So those that walk with righteousness or those that stand for justice do suffer more than those that follow injustice. Okay? And that's where the confidence and the courage has to come in. So when he comes back, he'll hand you back your piece of paper and he'll say one or two things. He'll say, you know, another officer might come and not be as nice as I am, you know, so he'll try to lord himself over you and say, but I'm going to let you go. Just make sure you drive safe, this and that. He might give you a ticket. You just grab the ticket because you remember, you don't have to argue. You don't have to jump out of your calm state because you now know from dealing with Common Sense Inc. and dealing with our private attorney generals, we have shown you and taught you how to handle yourself in a traffic court and beat your ticket. So you take the ticket because the ticket doesn't have any power over you. It has power over the straw man. You are not the straw man. You are greater than the straw man. So once you realize that, you'll take the ticket with confidence, right? Hell, you could even be even bold and take his ID and name so you could look him up, do some research on him, and see how many times he shows up to court because he might not even show up with you acting real confident in using law. And then you roll your window up. And that's it. And you go on. Now, some may be thinking, yeah, but what if he flips out? I'm not going to lie to you. And see, that's the difference between, at least with this private attorney general, that's the difference between me and lawyers and attorneys that you hire. Most lawyers and attorneys that you hire, I'd say damn near 99% of the lawyers and attorneys you hire are in the business for making money. So if they were honest with us, they wouldn't be making any money or making as much money as they're making. Because I'm telling you right now, this isn't really a profitable business. So I'm not in it just for the money. So I want to make that real clear. If I had to depend on this money, I couldn't do it. So what I'm saying is this. If you do get arrested, well, they're breaking the Constitution. Once they infringe or break your constitutional rights, you have a nice lawsuit coming. And you file a lawsuit with the Supreme Court. And we know how to do that too. We'd be willing to show you how to do that too. But the whole point about this is when I look at the news today, when I go on Facebook, when just the media in general, people are clamoring for change. You see the Black Lives Matters are marching. You see people, the Occupy movement going, protesting the corporations. And I'm telling you, I'm giving you a way right now to affect change, not only in others' lives, but in your individual lives. Because when you show that this works, you could go back and show your family and friends like I'm showing you now. And this will spread till one day it'll be back to when people were just hopping on a horse without having to show any type of paperwork. You understand? So, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at Common Sense Inc. Website is www.cslawinfo.us, and we'd be willing to answer any questions you have. Thank you.